Hello and a very warm welcome to all of you. I'm Neha Bhardwaj Alter and this is Game On. This is where you get all the top stories from the world of sports, and we've got to begin with cricket because the Indian team will change their colour of their clothing from whites to their blue colour because it is time for T20Is. With the Rohit Sharma led Indian team set up still reeling from a horror tour of Australia, a good performance from the T20I side has become imperative, especially after the board had to step in to reinforce diktats on team discipline. All-rounder Akshar Patel will debut as India's vice-captain in this T20I format. He has been rewarded for his stellar all-round contribution in India's triumphant T20 World Cup campaign in the Caribbean last year. The Gujarat player has already outlined his vision for India's middle order, emphasizing a flexible approach with players floating between number 3 to 7 depending on match situations. So it is time to talk about the T20Is that India will play against England, and that starts tomorrow. All eyes will also be on Sanju Samson, who faces another critical juncture in his career after being omitted from India's Champions Trophy squad. He was subsequently ignored by Kerala selectors for their Ranji Trophy match against Madhya Pradesh. For the Jos Buttler-led England side, the series marks a new chapter under head coach Brendan McCullum, who signed a 3-year contract following Matthew Mott's resignation after their T20 World Cup exit. Now, known for revolutionizing Test cricket with his aggressive Baz ball approach, Brendan McCullum will now seek to replicate that success in the limited overs format. It would not be a new territory for the New Zealand great, who was also at the helm of Kolkata Knight Riders after playing for the franchise in the inaugural edition of IPL. England will miss key players in Reece Topley, Sam Curran and Will Jacks, but promising 21-year-old Jacob Bethel, who impressed in the ODI series against the West Indies last year, he will be looking to prove himself to the cricketing world. Bethel has averaged 57.66 and struck at 167.96 in his 7 T20I appearances. The playing 11 finalised for Wednesday also includes pace bowler Mark Wood, who has recently recovered from a right elbow injury. But conditions in India, with the possibility of heavy evening dew, could pose a challenge for the bowlers. So we're looking forward to this T20I, the first of the 3-match series against England. Okay, now let's move on to Champions Trophy. Former India spinner R. Ashwin, he has spoken about India's likely playing 11 in the Champions Trophy 2025. Analysing India's squad for the Champions Trophy, the veteran spinner wondered about the lack of a left-handed batting option in the top 5, saying, where are your left-handed batters and who is your number 8? This template mirrors the 2023 ODI World Cup. When asked about his playing 11, he said, Rohit and Gill will open, Virat Kohli at number 3, Shreyas Iyer at number 4. At 5, it's either KL Rahul or Pant, with KL most likely. At 6, it's between Jaddu and Akshar. Hardik is going to be at 7. Washington Sundar at 8. Might not be feasible if dew is a major factor. In that case, Kuldeep Yadav would bat at 8, and the team would likely go with all-seamers in Arshdeep, Bumrah and Shami. Now, in the 2023 World Cup, we lacked batting depth from number 8 onwards. These are the crucial questions that need to be addressed. Now, also talking about Washington Sundar, Ashwin said Sundar might also feature in the playing 11 given coach Gautam Gambhir's trust in his batting ability. He said, and I quote, another scenario involves Washington Sundar. I'm not biased, but Gautam Gambhir highly values Washington due to his batting. He can also be used as a floater. If you follow the World Cup format, you play either Jaddu or Akshar at number 6, Hardik at number 7 and Washington at number 8. This allows for 3 fast bowlers or Kuldeep and 2 pacers, maintaining balance with Hardik's all-round skills. Just days after BCCI issued new guidelines for its contracted players, which made participation in domestic tournaments a must, Virat Kohli has made himself available for Delhi's last Ranji Trophy league match against Railways. Delhi and District Cricket Association, DDCA President, in fact the Chief Selector, spoke to News9, Sarandeep Singh. He has confirmed it to the channel that Kohli will make himself available for the match to be played in the national capital from 30th of January. The Delhi Ranji Trophy team has reached Rajkot for their match against Saurashtra, which will be featuring Ravindra Jadeja for the hosts and Rishabh Pant for Delhi. Kohli did not turn up for the match in Rajkot, which starts on Thursday, due to a niggle in his neck. The former India skipper will be making his first Ranji Trophy appearance since November 2012. After back-to-back Test series defeats at the hands of New Zealand at home and away in Australia, there have been questions from several quarters over the continued reluctance of India's regular players, the senior players, to feature in domestic first-class matches. Ahead of the Test season, the likes of Kohli, Rohit Sharma, Ravindra Jadeja, they chose to skip to the Leap Trophy, and in the review meeting held last Thursday, it required players featuring in domestic tournaments. This was one of the top recommendations. Subsequently, Rohit Sharma, Ravindra Jadeja, Rishabh Pant, Shubman Gill all have made themselves available for the 6th round of Ranji fixtures that begin on Thursday. Since becoming a regular in the Test side, Virat Kohli hasn't featured in a single Ranji match for Delhi. His last appearance came in the 2012-2013 season against Uttar Pradesh at Ghaziabad, just before the Test series against England, which was the last time India had lost a Test series at home before New Zealand humbled them 0-3 in November. That match, in which Kohli scored 14 and 43 in a defeat, remains his only Ranji appearance since his Test debut in 2011. So, Indian players, it looks like, are towing the line that BCCI has set for them. And a member of the 1983 World Cup winning team, Madan Lal, he explained how Virat Kohli playing Ranji Trophy can help the star batter and Delhi cricket. Listen in.
मुझे बड़ी खुशी हो रही है कि जितने भी खिलाड़ी हैं फर्स्ट क्लास क्रिकेट खेलने जा रहे हैं. विराट कोहली भी जा रहा है. इससे बड़ा नाम भी नहीं है, उनके लिए जरूरी भी बहुत है, क्योंकि ऑस्ट्रेलिया में उनका सीजन इतना ज्यादा अच्छा भी नहीं रहा. पर ये है कि जब वो खेलेंगे, क्योंकि देखिए फर्स्ट क्लास क्रिकेट में ज्यादा टफ होती है, क्योंकि हर खिलाड़ी जो है ना, बॉलर है जो इनकी विकेट लेना चाहेगा. उनको पता है कि ये मोस्ट वैल्यूएबल विकेट्स है. मैं जब खेलता था तो बड़ा मुश्किल होता था प्लेयर्स को आउट करना, क्योंकि वो भी आपको एक बताते हैं कि लोग आई एम आल्सो अ गुड प्लेयर. इतना ज्यादा क्रिकेट हो रहा है कि आप इनको मौका नहीं मिलता था फर्स्ट क्लास क्रिकेट खेलने का, क्योंकि देखिए जब इतना ज्यादा क्रिकेट हो गया, कम से कम आपको रिकवरी भी चाहिए, और रिकवरी के बीच में अगर आपके मैचेस आ जाते हैं तो फिर मुश्किल हो जाता है खेलना. क्योंकि 3 फॉर्मेट हो चुके हैं ना, पहले तो एक ही फॉर्मेट चलता था. फॉर्म तो पाने के लिए बहुत अच्छा है, क्योंकि कोई भी मैच आप जब खेलते हैं, 4 डे खेलते हैं, 3 डे खेलते हैं, तो उसमें फॉर्म का आना बड़ा जरूरी है, क्योंकि आप 3-4 घंटे स्पेंड करते हैं क्रीज के ऊपर, रन बनाते हैं, 15-20 ओवर करते हैं, तो उससे कॉन्फिडेंस आपका लेवल जो है और बढ़ता भी है, और टीम का मोरल जो है उनके खेलने से भी बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ता है. अगर कोई टीम स्ट्रगल कर रही है, जैसे दिल्ली है, ये स्ट्रगल कर रही है क्वालिफाई करने के लिए, अगर ये विराट कोहली और ऋषभ पंत खेलते हैं तो इनके चांसेस बनते हैं जीतने के.
All right, the excitement surrounding ICC Champions Trophy 2025 has been building for months as Pakistan prepared to host its first major international cricket tournament in 28 years. However, concerns about the readiness of key stadiums have cast a shadow over the preparations. Despite these challenges, the Pakistan Cricket Board is adamant that all venues will be ready for the tournament's grand opening in February. The ICC Champions Trophy is set to kick off on 19th of February, marking a historic return of global cricket to Pakistan. However, as the countdown begins, the PCB is facing the daunting task of completing renovations at the Gaddafi Stadium in Lahore, the National Stadium in Karachi, and the Rawalpindi Cricket Stadium. These upgrades are crucial to ensure that the venues meet the ICC's strict standards for hosting a high-profile event. With less than a month to go, questions have arisen about whether the PCB can deliver on time. Construction work has been ongoing for months with significant improvements being made to seating, hospitality areas, floodlights and playing surfaces. But delays have been reported, particularly at the Gaddafi Stadium, where plaster work remains incomplete. You can see those visuals, and dressing rooms are still under construction. The stadium's capacity has been increased to accommodate 35,000 fans, while new hospitality areas have also been constructed. But will it be complete? That's the big question. Lahore and Karachi, they will host a tri-nation series involving New Zealand and South Africa next month to prove their readiness for the Champions Trophy beginning on 19th of Feb. India will play all their matches in Dubai due to political tensions with their neighbours. Despite the challenges, PCB though, they remain optimistic, and they've committed to finishing the work by 25th of January. Giving the stadiums enough time to be handed over to the ICC for final checks before the tournament. It's already the 21st today, and take a look at those visuals and you'll know that they are far behind the deadline. Listen in.
ये काम हमारा जी फिनिशिंग में हम हैं, काम ऑलमोस्ट कंप्लीट है, बाकी फिनिशिंग टचेस हैं और इस माह के एंड तक इंशाल्लाह इसको हम कंप्लीट कर रहे हैं।
चैंपियन ट्रॉफी से पहले कंप्लीट
बिल्कुल डेफिनेटली जी, चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी से पहले एक ट्रायंगुलर सीरीज है, उसके भी मैचेस लाहौर में होंगे। विलियन बिल्डिंग, ऑफिस बिल्डिंग, रीप्रोफाइलिंग, ये सब कुछ नहीं है। इसके अलावा हम एक्सटीरियर पे काम कर रहे हैं, रोड्स नहीं बन रही हैं, जो अप्रोच है गद्दाफी स्टेडियम की वो दोनों एंड से वो नहीं बना रहे हैं, और उसके अलावा रोड फर्नीचर और अलाइनमेंट उसकी हम ठीक कर रहे हैं, हॉर्टिकल्चर कर रहे हैं, ग्रीनरी होगी बहुत। तो ये जो पाकिस्तान के इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है उसके अंदर की बहुत अच्छी वैल्यू एडिशन होगी।
थोड़ा बहुत जो काम आप देख रहे हैं रह गया, वो हमारा जो है ना फिनिशिंग वर्क कहलाता है। तो आपका गिरे स्ट्रक्चर मुकम्मल है, आपके सारे इंस्टॉलेशन मुकम्मल है, आपके HVAC सारा सब कुछ लाइटिंग वाइटिंग हमारी मुकम्मल है। तो होपफुली इंशाल्लाह ताला 31 जनवरी वो डेट होगी कि जब यहाँ पर 100% हम कहेंगे कि जी हमारा जो तमाम चीज़ें फंक्शनल हैं।
On to football, and there are a lot of big matches coming up in Champions League tonight. Liverpool will aim to keep their style and are motivated to maintain their 100% start in the group stage of the Champions League against Lille. This is what Arne Slot, he expects from his team. Liverpool lead the standings by 3 points, having won all 6 of their Champions League games, while visitors Lille managed by Bruno Genesio are 8th on 13 points. The League One side currently occupy the final automatic qualification spot with 2 matches remaining in the new league phase of 8 matches. Teams finishing 9th to 24th out of 36 will compete in 2-legged knockout playoffs for a place in the last 16. Slot also confirmed that while forward Diogo Jota and defender Joe Gomez are not ready for the game, their returns from injury are a matter of weeks rather than months. So a very optimistic Arne Slot.
Yeah, definitely. Not that we've had them, but it is a motivation that we want to keep it going till the end. We want to win every single game we go out there. But it's not because of we just want to end top 8, and we know we need a point for that. But this team has never gone out playing for a point. There was just a second ago a question about what I expect from Lille. I expect something. And you guys know what you can expect from Liverpool. And that has been in every single game we've played. If we've been at Old Trafford or at Arsenal, wherever we played, we've tried to play our own style. And we've never adapted the style. Sometimes in small details, but never the style of high press, of bringing the ball out from the back and do the things we are good at. So yeah, that's what we want to try to do tomorrow again. We always play for a win. And that's also what we're going to try to do tomorrow. But we know the difficult challenge it is because of the quality and the form Lille is in.
Barcelona coach Hansi Flick has played down talk of his side lifting the Champions League trophy this year and said he was only focused on winning the clash against Benfica. Yes, that's the big match for Barcelona. Flick heaped praise on Liverpool, who are top of the Champions League table with a perfect 18 points, 3 ahead of second place Barca, followed by 6 teams on 13 points. There are concerns about Dani Olmo in the Barcelona camp, who might miss the match against Benfica. According to reports, the Spaniard has picked up a muscle injury during Barcelona's match against Getafe on Saturday. He remains a doubtful starter for the match tonight. The top 8 qualify automatically for the round of 16, and the next 16 teams meet in the 2-legged playoffs for the right to join them. Benfica are currently in the 15th position with 10 points.
In the Champions League, it's I think one of the difficult things in the world. So it's not easy. So we perform really good, but there are also big clubs who are doing really great. When I see Liverpool, it's an unbelievable team. They are in every single match they perform very good, and they have a strong team. It's really unbelievable. Also the power of them. The coach did a great job, a really great job, and this is at the moment one of my favorite teams. So I hope tomorrow we see my team playing another style of football, and because I think Benfica is a team always also like to play football. They are really great with the ball. It's really good to see them, how they build up, how they play football, and of course I say there Di Maria is one of my favorite player, and he's doing really good also in this age.
Meanwhile, Benfica coach Bruno Lage is confident for his side that they can actually secure automatic qualification for the next stage of the Champions League, despite facing the formidable task of playing Barcelona tonight. The Portuguese side, who are on 15th position of the 36 teams in the European competition, they will be though fired up by their recent Taça Liga final victory against Sporting CP. All right, Bayer Leverkusen coach Xabi Alonso has dismissed rumours linking him to Real Madrid, where he played for 5 seasons and won several titles, including the 2014 Champions League. Real boss Carlo Ancelotti has been under pressure after his side was thrashed 5-2 by Barcelona in the Spanish Super Cup final earlier this month, with some fans booing him and his team in their Copa del Rey last 16 win over Celta Vigo on Thursday. Alonso in the Spanish capital for his side's Champions League group stage encounter with Atletico Madrid said they needed to be ruthless to win against Diego Simeone's men and edge closer to an automatic last 16 qualification. Leverkusen won their first Bundesliga title last season undefeated, and Simeone helped and in fact he spoke about Alonso very highly, and said he was also formerly a midfielder for rivals Real Madrid. Leverkusen sit 4th on 13 points in the table, with the top 8 teams qualifying directly into the last 16, and the next 16 entering a 2-legged playoff to join them.
Yes, you imagine right. I can't tell you absolutely anything because we are in the middle of the season and all clubs have great goals. Atletico has them, Real Madrid too, and us as well. And I'm thinking and working on achieving them. Every 3 days we are playing a match in all competitions. Tomorrow we come here, it's a very important Champions League match. We want to achieve being in the top 8, and just as Atletico, it's a very important match for us, for the both of us, and I'm mainly focused on this. No, I haven't prepared for it, nor does it bothers me, nor surprises me. I'm very calm and thinking about Atletico tomorrow against Leverkusen in the Champions League. That's what worries me and what we have been working on, and we have enough with that.
And Atletico Madrid coach Simeone, he praised Xabi Alonso and the job that he's doing with his squad ahead of their Champions League clash. However, Simeone said he was still confident his side could win the competition for the first time.
It's an extraordinary team. They play very well with great speed. They do great transitions and are very well organized on the pitch. Xabi is doing a great job. He already proved that during the last season, and he's on the way to repeat it this season. It's admirable how they play football, and we'll compete with the tools we have and with the great and important goal we have, as this club has never won the Champions League. So we have it as a goal to reach that desired final for all of us. He's a great reference because of how we saw football from the midfield, which is the best position to watch the game. He had great coaches that helped him and gave him lots of things. So a massive congratulations for all that he's doing, and tomorrow we'll need to bring the match where we think we can harm them. For sure, tomorrow's match is going to be a tough one, we all know, Bayer Leverkusen, and I'm sure they will give us a hard time, but we will be very united and try to do it as best as possible to win. Regarding Getafe, I can't say much because now we just think on tomorrow's match and we'll see about the rest in the future.
Okay, on to Formula One, and seven-time world champion Lewis Hamilton, Formula One's most successful driver of all time, arrived for his first day at Ferrari on Monday. Almost a year since Hamilton announced his shock decision to leave Mercedes, where he won 6 of his 7 Formula One World Championships. So for Ferrari, the 40-year-old was at the team's headquarters at Maranello for his first official day. On his first day at Ferrari, Hamilton said, and I quote, "There are some days that you know you will remember forever, and today, my first as a Ferrari driver, is one of those days. I have been lucky enough to have achieved things in my career I never thought possible, but part of me has always held on to that dream of racing in red. I couldn't be happier to realize that dream today. Today we start a new era in the history of this iconic team, and I can't wait to see what story we will write together." Hamilton's first day included a seat fitting, followed by the simulator. But due to weather conditions, he is not likely to have a first outing at the Fiorano test track until Wednesday, while official testing starts in Bahrain from 26th to 28th of February. The Briton had his worst season in Formula One last year in terms of championship position, finishing 7th overall, but did win 2 races after 2 seasons without a victory. Hamilton's last championship win came in 2020. He will partner with Charles Leclerc at Ferrari, who, at that point, were without a driver's title since 2007, taking the place of Spaniard Carlos Sainz, who has joined Williams. The 2025 season begins with the Australian GP from 14th to 16th of March. With that, it's time to say goodbye on this show. Hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.